France are on a 74 match unbeaten run. I think I'm 99.99% sure it's going to be ending over the next few days. Maybe not though. Hello everyone, welcome back to more Careering Onwards with me, Mr. Grand 2, here with the French national side. It's the middle of the summer. I've done some transfers with Liverpool, more transfers to do, but we'll worry about those in a few episodes time because it is time to start our World Cup journey, World Cup 2026 from Canada, America and Mexico. And France, of course, we're the number one ranked side. They are the double defending world champions, the European champions. We're the favourites, it's fair to say, and obviously with that comes huge amounts of pressure. They have an unbeaten run stretching all the way back to the second round of Euro 2020. Not that it will actually be that in real life, but that's the last time they lost. We, of course, have been in charge since the Nations League win against England, which was the last match under Claude Puel. We have been unbeaten since then, winning the European Championships in 2024 and the Nations League last year too. But this is going to be even more difficult. So we are in Group O, which is just absurd, but it's Group O. We have got the double J's, Japan and Jamaica. Japan have already played Jamaica and beaten them, which means we need to win both games. It's that simple. Now, the rest of the tournament has pretty much kicked off already. England have already played both of their group games, whereas we've not played at all. But let's go through the squad quickly, because there's a few perhaps surprising names in here. Some guys have got old and have retired, but the goalkeepers are as they were for Euro 2024, really. They've been the same for a while. Ariola's going to start. We've got Lafont and Bernardoni as well. Fullbacks, we've got Luc Fournier, who is just developing. He's not the best attacking wise, but he's developing very, very nicely indeed. Very talented youngster, as well, of course, as Benjamin Pavard, Digne and Mendy on the left hand side as well. They're getting older, but they're still very good. I mean, Digne, he's just sensational. Centre back is where we've had a few changes around. William Saliba is still in the squad, as is Lucas Hernandez, but a lot of other players weren't really necessarily in form. So we have brought Deo Upamecano and, of course, Pierre Faucher, one of the stars of the season for us at Liverpool. He may not be starting, but he had to come to the World Cup because he's so good. Moving into midfield, then a lot of big names have gone now, including N'Golo Kante. So a few youngsters, some players making, not many, haven't made many appearances, but based on form and how well they've done this season, we had to bring them along. Paul Pogba's still here, Tanguy Ndombele still here as well, Camavinga still here. He's only 23 and he's still very good, as you would expect. Hossein Aouar still here, but two new names for the middle of the park really. Christophe Nicolas, who is at Chelsea, in the deep line playmaker role, may even end up starting over Camavinga. He looks very good indeed. Insane passing and vision. One of the few French youngsters who the AI didn't sign for Liverpool before we got here. Also, Hannibal Mejbri at Manchester United. He starts the game at Manchester United, of course. He is very, very good and is going to be very effective in the Mazzala role, I think. On the wings, then, we've got Rayan Cherki, who's had a phenomenal season at Aston Villa. He's going to be in the squad, as well as some more experienced names, veteran names, Thomas Lemar, Ousmane Dembele, and of course Kylian Mbappe, only 27, in the absolute prime of his life. He missed the Euros, but he is here for this one. And up top, Moussa Dembele, of course, what a season he had for us at Liverpool. And then Seiko Sissoko, another regen, he's at Lyon, another excellent player coming through the Lyon Academy, looks very decent too. So some big names not here. No Kante, no Griezmann. Their time has, I think, passed. No Varane either, but I think it's a lot of experience. I mean, there's a lot of experience, particularly in defence, but I think that's quite sensible, and a lot of youth as well. So as I said, we're pretty much the last to kick off. It's been going on for a week already, and we still haven't played. Some big score lines in here. We'll just check through these to see if any of our Liverpool boys have got on the score sheet or got off a particularly successful start. England beating Iran, our former employers Denmark winning their game. Interestingly, Venezuela are also here, so all of our international teams from the save have made it to the World Cup, which is quite nice. So wins for Spain, big wins for Spain and Holland as well. Nigeria winning too. Wilfred Ndidi, our former player at Leicester, scoring. Breland Bolo, our former player, scoring at Switzerland. For Switzerland, there's Venezuela They made it to their first World Cup finally, but it didn't start very well for them. 2 goals for Sebastiano Esposito, of course, our former player at Leicester City. England winning both of their opening games, which is, it's good to see from a nationalistic perspective, but we want to be beating them to this World Cup. Vujovic scoring for Germany as they thrashed Paraguay 6-1. Great to see that one. And now it's time for us to finally actually kick off our first game of the tournament against Jamaica. Japan have won their game, so it's very simple. We've got to win both games. Otherwise, we'll be in second. We will still go through. You go through in second, of course, but we want to be top in that group to get the best draw for the next round. So this is going to be our team going into the first game. Obviously, we're going to have to deal with the horrendous issue that you can't rest players in between matches, which is probably the worst feature of the entire game. Please fix it, Sports Interactive, for next year. But this is the team that's going to start off our opening match. Areola is going to be in goal, of course. Mendy, Voucher, Saliba and Fournier is the defence. Now I'm going to play Voucher rather than Lucas Hernandez. So we've got 3/4 of a youthful back line. Camavinga, Pogba, the experienced man in the middle of the pitch, with Mejbri as well. Thomas Lemar on the left, Kylian Mbappe on the right, and Moussa Dembele getting the nod up front. Now it's the World Cup. We're going to do all the games. Obviously the 2 group games today. Hopefully the next round as well. This will probably be a couple of episodes, but we're going to do it. It's the World Cup. You've got to do it. It is the pinnacle of football. Jamaica, they've got a couple of regens. Doesn't look amazing, but yeah, Charles Cook, Leon Bailey, of course, the star man to watch out for. I don't think our group's very winnable, but at the same time, it's not as easy as it could be. Jamaica and Japan, not pushovers by any means, but we should be winning this one. An early goal would certainly settle the nerves, and we got a corner early on. It's been cleared. Voucher would have been amazing if he got the opening goal of the tournament for us, but not to be. Flashes it over, but still plenty of football to be played. Another highlight, 2 minutes in, and let's just get a goal quickly, or 2, just then be nice and comfortable. We don't have to worry. Mbappe running it across the goal line. And we're coming forwards again. Still no breakthrough. I say still no breakthrough. We're only 7 minutes in. Mbappe, another shot from him. He is fully fired up. He missed out on the Euros, of course. Not even a medal for him because he couldn't even be in the squad. And he's desperate for another World Cup. Can you imagine 3 World Cups? He's only 27. Ridiculous stuff. Another highlight. We're pouring forwards. Jamaica can't deal with us. Mbappe hits the post, but he is offside. Paul Pogba with a free kick, whipped in. He took it very quickly, and it whistled in, but there we are. We've got the breakthrough 26 minutes in. It had slowed down a little bit, but Paul Pogba lashing home, showing his experience and class. He's still amazing, despite being in his 30s now. We've got the lead. And this could get a little bit messy for Jamaica if they're not careful here. We are pouring forwards. Mbappe across, Dembele heading over. Corner comes in, Moussa Dembele heads wide. We're not being particularly clinical. Loads of chances, dozens of chances, just 1 goal to show for it so far. We need to be a little bit more clinical, certainly against more difficult teams. Alright, it's half time. Total control, but we're only 1-0 up. Need to see a few more goals going in the back of the net. There's a temptation to maybe go attacking, but I don't think we're going to risk it because Jamaica, they're not pushovers. Thomas Lemar robs the ball, and it's again, he'll kick himself for missing that, it says on the text commentary. You can't disagree with it. Voucher at the corner, Lemar puts it in, Saliba's there, and he's blazed it over. We should be about 10-0 up at this point. Somehow, it's only 1. Are we going to get a second though? Fournier works it inside towards Paul Pogba, driving forwards, finds Kylian Mbappe. He's desperate for a goal, you can see it. Mbappe gets it back, curls it round. Well, it hit Moussa Dembele, and it went in. I think he might have headed it in, I'm not sure. But the way this was set up looks like Mbappe shot and it hit Dembele. Let's have a look. So Mbappe, he curls it in. Dembele, he stole a goal, I seem to recall, in the I think it was the semi-finals of the Euros. Or maybe it was the Nations League final, actually. He stole a goal in that one, and he's done it again. He's the real David Nugent. He tries for another one, doesn't get it. Jamaica, though, it looks like their first attack of the game. Kaylin Hines, it's cleared though, and Mbappe finds Pogba. Dembele in loads of space to make it 3, and he does. Moussa Dembele doubles his tally. That was definitely his goal. He didn't steal that one from Kylian Mbappe or anyone else. Great work from Mbappe. sees Pogba's free, and the ball from Pogba, absolutely sensational. Mbappe takes it, fires it home. We are good to go for 3 points. And now we can start making some changes because we want to make sure that everyone is as fit as possible. I'm going to take Mbappe off. As much as he's desperate for a goal, he's so critical. I can't afford for him to be injured, certainly, or lack any fitness. Same thing for Lamar. We'll get them both off. Right, time ticking away. I'm going to take off Paul Pogba as well. I mean, Camavinga's not massively fit, but Pogba, again, he's just so important and so good. We can't risk his fitness. Well, we're not done yet. Ousmane Dembele working his way through. Goes for a shot. Very unlucky. And there we go. 3 points on the board. Excellent stuff. The Jamaicans, unfortunately, their World Cup is over. But we have, I think, already qualified for the second round. Indeed we have. That was quite straightforward. This is just... It's such a stupid system for the World Cup, really, isn't it? You can play one match and already qualify. But there we go. We've made it through. That's the most important thing. It's time for Japan in a few days' time, who can top the group. I want to be able to rest you, but I can't for some reason. Right then, Japan. And I think it's a good chance to rotate a little bit and rest some boys. I mean, we're looking actually relatively fit. We seem to have had a relatively good amount of time in between games. But we're gonna probably rest everybody because realistically we should be hopefully winning this one. We'll bring in Nicholas. We'll bring in Hernandez. We'll bring in Upamecano as well. I'm going to keep Areola in goal, but otherwise it's Digne, Hernandez, Upamecano, Pavard, Nicolas, and Ndombele, Aouar, Cherki, Ousmane Dembele, and Sissoko up front. Sekou Sissoko. Let's give everyone else a game, and hopefully they can still get the job done. Of course, the good thing about internationals is that everyone's on the bench to come off and help us if we need them to. Now, Japan, again, decent players. Kubo's, he was at Real Madrid at one time. He's at Salzburg now. But Minamino, of course, Liverpool in real life, not quite as good in the original database as he is now. Nakajima is an excellent player, a really solid winger, very, very good, very talented player. And they have, of course, got Ishigama, who we signed last summer at Liverpool, on the bench. But we should have enough about us to win this one, and I do expect nothing but a win. Let's go into the knockout round as group winners, please. And then we'll see what the damage is, and we'll probably end up playing Germany in the second round or something, knowing our luck. And at half-time, there's nothing. There's a free kick highlight that was weird and went nowhere, but yeah, I mean, disappointing. Are we going to top the group? We will still top the group because of our goal difference, so I'm perfectly fine, however boring, with a 0-0. A lot of players, maybe I'm regretting their call-up because they're not doing particularly well, but Ousmane Dembele robs the ball, goes forwards and passes it off to Cherki, who lashes it home to make it 1-0 and, well, hopefully get the job nice and sealed. I mean, still plenty of time to go, but Dembele wins the ball quite comfortably, and then this is great. Well, actually, I think it's a great layoff from him. It wasn't a layoff. Tomiyasu, the defender, tackled it and then put it into Cherki's path. So the assist really from the Japanese player. Digne with the free kick, and Upamecano heads over. Well, Japan aren't done yet. Nakajima, I thought they weren't done yet. Again, the ball's given away. Cherki driving forwards again, puts it in, and it's saved. Getting a lot of bookings, but I don't think it really matters, as most of these guys are not going to be playing anyway. Time is up here. It's another win. Not massively convincing, but then we rotated the whole team, so it's fine. We've won the group. Maximum points. Great job, everybody. Right then, our second round opponents will be Turkey. Let's have a look and see. Well, there's still lots of teams left in. Has anyone crazy been knocked out? Kosovo, Honduras, Canada, Syria, Panama, Iran, Australia, Saudi Arabia, Mali, Cape Verde, Lebanon, Paraguay, New Zealand, Gambia, Jamaica, and China all out. I mean, I guess that's kind of to be expected, but we'll have a look and see what the damage is after the second round. Any absolutely massive ties? Sweden, USA, Chile, Italy, they're kind of relatively big. Germany versus Scotland, well done. Go for it, Scotland. Do us a favour. But it's the knockouts. This is where it gets serious. Well, our former employers, Venezuela, they made it through the knockouts. Full credit to them for that, but eliminated pretty brutally by Portugal. And Tunisia, Ivory Coast, USA, one of the other hosts, also out too. Sweden, Argentina, and Switzerland, probably unsurprisingly, all going through. Italy just scraping past Chile on penalties. England go through. Mexico, the hosts, still in. And, well, our other former employers are out as well. Denmark exiting after extra time to Romania. Morocco beat Angola, the biggest exit of the round so far. Ukraine knock it out former finalists Croatia on penalties, South Korea going out to Brazil, and the Germans win again on penalties. And it's poor Scotland. Andy Robertson is scoring, but he loses in the World Cup. Oh, it's very tight. Basically no big teams going out. Our group friends, Japan eliminated by Nigeria, Spain win against Colombia, Ghana going out at the hands of Holland, and now it's us versus Turkey. And because we rested against Japan, everyone is looking nice and fit for this one, and so we'll bring back everyone that played against Jamaica because they scored 3 goals, so I think they deserve to be back for this one. Now I want nice and easy, nice and comfortable, just get the job done. Kaglar Soyuncu, of course, former player for us with Leicester City, still with Leicester, still looking very good at the age of 30. I mean, he was a rock at the back for us at the King Power. Zeki Kelik as well, former player for us, still at Borussia Monchengladbach, was relatively solid for us at right back, although they're playing him at left back, which is interesting. Cenk Tosun up front as well. No regens in their side, so they might be getting up there in years. But to be fair, we only have 2 regens in our team. But I expect nothing but a win again. We've got to keep the run going. I mean, it's 76 matches undefeated for a nation. It would be bad if we didn't win. I just have a feeling that we're not going to win it though. Something's going to happen in the quarterfinals or something. It's going to be au revoir for us as well. But anyway, let's make sure it's not today. Mendy cutting inside. He's been booked unfortunately, but he's found Kylian Mbappe, who's kept it in. Fournier. Well, it's a break for the Turkish. Cenk Tosun's in, but Saliba cleans up after some sloppy play from the forward players. Mejbri running forwards finds Thomas Lemar, cuts inside back to Camavinga. Paul Pogba working it to Fournier. Paul Pogba back to Fournier. Can he find a ball across? Yes, he can. Thomas Lemar's there, lashing it home. His attributes, Luc Fournier, are not particularly great from an attacking perspective, but he's the guy that provided the assist for Anthony Martial's equaliser in the final of Euro 2024, and he provides another assist there. I mean, that's a lovely ball. Very nice indeed. Thomas Lemar firing home for yet another goal for Les Bleus. Again, let's get this shut down, get it done, get it dealt with, and then we can make some changes sort of 60 minutes in, take off key players like Pogba, like Mbappe, so we're not risking them. Mejbri running inside. It's a very weak effort from the Man United youngster. And then we go half-time domination once again, but only 1 goal to show for it. We're not very clinical. I think it's the tactic really. We're not very clinical wherever we are particularly. And the second half is ticking away, no action to speak of. I think we're going to have to start taking players off because we don't want anyone to be lacking in fitness. Thomas Lemar, for example, the goal scorer, we're going to bring him off and bring on Cherki, although his fitness is also not particularly great, but he can probably last it out. The fact that you can't rest players is just ridiculous. I'm going to take Camavinga off and Nicolas can come on. Paul Pogba with a free kick from deep. This would hopefully seal it, and we have scored again. It is Foucher for his first France goal. Pierre Foucher is going to cut. There we go. Paul Pogba, free kick again, and Foucher beats the Turkish defence, just gets it in. Postage stamp stuff for him, and what a way to score your first goal for France in the World Cup, in the knockout round. Our Liverpool youngster giving us a 2-0 lead, and we can rest easy. Now I don't know who to I think I'm going to take off Mbappe and rest him rather than Pogba. It's obviously a risk, but I do think probably the most sensible one. Cherki with a free kick, and we've got another one as well. I think this one's an own goal. It is, unfortunately, Kaglar Soyuncu, our former defender, also on the score sheet, but unfortunately for him, at the wrong end. I mean, that seemed very harsh to call that an own goal, but there we go, 3-0. We have done it, and we have done it in style in the end. And our third round opponents will be Holland. Formerly, I think they were in our group for Euro 2024, and we did beat them on that occasion, so hopefully we can do it again in the third round. Let's see who is going to be facing up against each other. Sweden, Portugal, Argentina, Switzerland, Italy, Romania, England, Mexico, Ukraine, Germany, Brazil, Morocco, Spain, and Nigeria. We were the last team up, so we get to rest for a reasonable amount of time. Now, I don't feel like most of the games have been particularly action-packed, really. There haven't really been many highlights. So I think what we're going to do, we're going to play this round in this episode too, because obviously if we get knocked out, then we don't need to do another episode. But if we go through, then the next episode will be the quarterfinal hopefully semi-final and final as well, maybe, fingers crossed. But let's play this match today as well. Well, the first truly big casualties of the tournament, Portugal out, 3-1 defeat for them at the hands of Sweden. Argentina still marching on though, they beat Switzerland. Italy knock out Romania, and England once again winning a penalty shootout in a World Cup. You love to see it. Getting past the hosts Mexico. I mean, that is Mason Greenwood scoring in the 102nd minute to level things up again when it was already going to extra time. England coming from behind twice to win on penalties. Germany knock out Ukraine, and then Brazil go through on penalties after a 5-5 draw with Morocco in what must go down as the greatest World Cup match of all time. 5-5, 2 goals in extra time for Brazil. It's getting more tense now. It's getting more tense. This is the biggest game so far. I mean, obviously it is, but most difficult opponent too. And everyone's looking pretty fit. The only real person who's maybe not is Paul Pogba, and also Hannibal Mejbri as well. I mean, we can't not play them really, but I think we're probably going to have to take Pogba off at maybe even half time. But we're going to go for this again, full strength. Let's see if we can beat the Dutch. We've beaten them a few times in the save already. Let's see if we can do it again on the most important occasion of all. And I mean, their team is pretty good. It's pretty good. Of course, 2 Liverpool boys in here, Virgil van Dijk and Frankie de Jong. We know how good they can be. Plenty of other familiar names throughout the entire team, including Tommy Santiago, formerly of Borussia Monchengladbach, on the bench for them. Ricardo Reckers up front could well wreck our defence. He's very good. But I expect nothing but a win from this match, because can you imagine how the French public will feel when this winning run comes to an end? I really hope it's not today. I want to do another episode of the World Cup. Let's go. Come on. And the first highlight is it's Holland. It's Holland coming forwards. It's a poor touch from Memphis Depay though. And it's the ball from Areola straight to Kylian Mbappe. So much space for Mbappe to run into. He doesn't know what to do with himself. He's laid it off to Fournier, who puts the ball across. Chong is able to bring it clear, but there's so much room early on. Fournier goes inside, probably could have put a cross in. Mejbri's there, Mbappe's there. It's taken him a while, but he's opened his account for the tournament, and what an occasion to do it on. Great work from Fournier throughout that entire move. Pogba lays it off to Mejbri, and Mbappe's there. He's found the gap, and he finds the gap under the goalkeeper as well, and we have the lead. Thomas Lemar with a free kick from deep. We've been pretty good from set pieces so far. The chance isn't over yet. It's not over at all. It is now. Thomas Lemar firing home from Paul Pogba's ball. And another one on the score sheet, 21 minutes in. And we're looking pretty good here against Holland. I was a little bit worried. But we've beaten them before. Zoet doesn't even know what way to look there. But Lemar firing home, 2-0. I'm going to take Pogba off either 60 minutes or 4-0, whichever comes first. And it's not going to be yet 2-0 at half time. We're looking very good indeed. Right, 45 minutes to go, I hope. Let's not do any of that extra time thing. We don't want to have any of that. Everyone will be completely knackered. Another free kick from Lemar. Saliba puts it in, and it was saved by Zert. And it's a potential counter-attack here, because the highlight's not over. Ricardo Reckers, although Mendy gets there before him, and Lemar, he took the free kick. He's still going. He wants another goal. Doesn't quite get it, lays it off to Mbappe, and Mbappe gets the goal instead. Lemar has to settle for the assist. Kylian Mbappe makes it 3-0, and this one is done. I know I said 4-0, 60 minutes. I think we'll take Pogba off now. I think we're pretty comfortable in this one, and if we don't, then it'll be a spectacular collapse worthy of anything. There's another highlight which we'll go through before Paul Pogba comes off. If it's 4-0 on 60 minutes, then my prediction would be amazing. Mbappe on a hat-trick. He's just avoided it. Great save from Zert. Tip it round the corner. The corner comes in, and he's got it again. He's desperate for that hat-trick. He's not scored until this match. Not at the moment though. And right, we will definitely take Paul Pogba off now, as he is on our lowest fitness level. Right, time ticking away, and I'm going to upset him, but Mbappe is going to have to come off, as he has dropped below 70% as well. And then lastly, Camavinga. 2 for Nicholas, but this one is done. 3 minutes on the clock. We want to get fourth. If we want to get fourth, let's prove me right with my score prediction. Not this time. It's been cleared all the way to Ricardo Reckers. He runs through. Areola makes the save. Still a chance for a Dutch consolation goal here. Chong on the right-hand side to De Jong. Van der Beek. Good shot from him. Not on target though. And I said it was done 15 minutes ago. Now it definitely is. Holland 0, France 3. And we are through to the quarterfinals. Excellent stuff. And great. So, it's Germany. Marko Vujovic and the boys. Sweden will play England. I mean, that's just... Argentina, Italy, and then Brazil versus either Spain or Nigeria. It'll be Spain, not Nigeria. Perhaps not surprising. So those are our World Cup quarterfinals. And, well, Sweden, of course, knocked out Portugal and fully deserved to be here because of that. But mostly teams... In fact, all of the former winners of the World Cup, except for Uruguay, have made it into the last 8. So unless we have something truly remarkable from Sweden, it will be a repeat World Cup winner again. Will it be us? Will we make it 3 in a row? We have to find out next time. Can we get past the Germans and everybody else as well? Thank you very much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe as well so you don't miss the next one, that World Cup quarter-final and hopefully semi-final. Maybe even the final. We'll have to wait and see, but that'll be next time. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you then.